Oh, hey, Internet. I have a question. Am I in the Twilight Zone? Because this cannot be happening. This is not real. Is it just me? Or is Raw having a consistent string of solid to good shows? I feel like following the Royal Rumble, I have had zero complaints about Monday Night Raw. This show has been entertaining me. It's been doing really good stuff, having really good matches, developing characters, actually having a thread, a plot thread that seems to be leading to WrestleMania. I feel like everything that's being done on Raw as of lately has focus. It has direction. It's actually going to lead to something. And it's actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool to say that about Monday Night Raw because, let's be real, I haven't been able to say that for the longest time. Just about, I don't know, 6 months ago, I came up here and talked about how Raw is dead. How Raw was basically a dead show, how nobody got over on Raw, how it was boring, how it was lifeless, how it was skippable and a waste of time. Now, I find myself going, you know what, Raw isn't too bad. It isn't that bad at all. It's actually pretty good. And tonight's Raw, you know, it wasn't as good as last week's show, but it was still a solid show, decent enough. I didn't hate it. I was entertained. I thought the last hour was very strong. First hour was, let's be real, it was kind of weak. It was weak. Second hour picked up a little bit, but the last hour is what really sold me on this show. And once again, I keep making the argument to WWE. If your shows were 2 hours, we cut out that first hour, we condense it down to things that actually matter, I think overall the product will improve. But nobody's listening to me. Nobody listens to your boy Alyx, man. I'm just a wrestling fan. Or excuse me, I'm just a smart wrestling fan. Regardless, welcome to my live review of Monday Night Raw, the February 20th edition of 2017. And of course, we are 2 weeks away from Fastlane. A lot of things going on with the roster in terms of WrestleMania build, and I'm liking a lot of things I'm seeing. So we'll see what happens as the future continues to give us more and more details on WrestleMania. But let's talk about Raw tonight. I thought we started off pretty well. I liked seeing Kevin Owens open up the show in a different light. It wasn't the same old Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley open up the promo, opening up the shows with a promo, talking about how someone's going to wrestle this, someone's going to wrestle that. And I just kind of feel like they don't really say much. It's just setting up matches when they could have done that in 5 seconds. Hey guys, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Tonight we got this and this and this and this. Here's your first match. No, they have to take 15 minutes to do that, and it's a waste of time. So it's good to have something different open up Raw. But not just something different. It was a really good new promo, new side of Kevin Owens. It wasn't the typical cowardly chicken crap Kevin Owens we've seen over the last few months. This one was a more darker, more sinister, more confident Kevin Owens. You know, he opens up in a chair. The arena's dark, spotlights on him in a suit. That suit works for him. You know, he's really playing up the Triple H guy gimmick now. And I think it works for him. But he's sitting in a chair, and he's talking about Goldberg. Doesn't mention Chris Jericho at all. All he says is, now that the spotlight is back on me. Doesn't mention Chris Jericho. He talks about how he really doesn't think Goldberg is all that good. He never thought he was all that good. He thought he was overrated and overhyped. And he feels like this is his opportunity to really prove to us he is a legit champion. Because he's wanted to be a champion all his life since he started watching wrestling. And now that Chris Jericho is out of the picture, he has an opportunity to prove that he can defeat the man that beat Goldberg in 90 seconds. And he doesn't even have to beat him like straight up. He just has to outlast him. He just has to outsmart him, because I like how he mentioned this too. The longer the Goldberg matches go, the worse off he is. Wow. Good one. But I love it. I love seeing Kevin Owens in this new, darker, sinister light. And I think this is how he always should have been. This is the Kevin Owens I've wanted to see on the main roster. I loved him in NXT. I loved him in the Indies. But this is the Kevin Owens I wanted as champion. This is the Kevin Owens I wanted to see make his name, stamp his name in the history books in WWE. But unfortunately, just when we get him, he's going to lose the championship because that's just how it is. And I hate that. I was talking to a friend of mine. Actually, it was John from Twitwow. And we were talking about this. We were talking about how Kevin Owens is always booked so much better when he's not champion. Isn't that interesting? When he's champion, he's not booked too strong. He's booked kind of weak. But when he's chasing the belt or when he's not the champion and he has nothing to lose, oh, he's all of a sudden awesome. And I just don't get that. I don't understand why we can't have this Kevin Owens be a champion like he was in NXT, like he was in the Indies. But you can't have your cake and eat it, I guess. I thought the segment was good. I thought it set up for things to come later on the night. And I want to see more of this Kevin Owens. I want to see what else we can get from him because I'm telling you, man, top-notch performer. Top-notch A-class quality work I'm seeing here. But yeah, really good stuff. And then we go into something that was kind of, it's all right. Big Cass and Enzo Amore defeat Cesaro and Sheamus in it's a decent match. Cesaro was awesome to watch, as always, but I'm not going to sit here and go in a tirade about how he should be a singles competitor in the main event scene, but that's for a different video. I won't get that until he goes to SmackDown, apparently. But overall, nothing else to talk about. After the win, after the victory, Enzo gets bro kick after he started bragging and yelling, "We got the kryptonite! We got the kryptonite! We got your kryptonite!" And then Sheamus bro kicks him. You know, kryptonite referring to Cesaro's Superman, the Swiss Superman. So, yeah, I don't know why they had him do that. That just seemed so... It just made him look like an idiot, like a moron, like a buffoon. Even the crowd was chanting, "Thank you, Sheamus." I didn't like it. I didn't like how they made Enzo look. Like, why does he have to look like a buffoon? The big... Why we have to make all of our... Or not just all of our... Most of the people on the main roster look like buffoons if they're not a Roman Reigns or a Brock Lesnar or a Rock. I don't get that. I don't get it. It is what it is. He's still going to be your tag team champion, hopefully in the future, because I'm sorry, they're the only, and I say this out of respect for every other tag team on the main roster, or at least on Raw, but they're the only tag team that really has any kind of momentum that's noteworthy. Because I think about other tag teams on Raw, there isn't any. So, yeah, hopefully they get those belts soon. Because the club's not doing it. They're not doing it. But, yeah, let's just move on because I didn't like how they booked Enzo. I did like what they did here with the Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa. So, apparently, Kendrick tried to get Tozawa to be his student. He wanted Tozawa to let him be his mentor, to teach him the ways of the Kendrick. And Tozawa denied him. And Kendrick took offense to that because how dare you deny an offer from one of the best wrestlers or someone who's a veteran in the business for the WWE for wrestling, period. And what happened is he came out before the match even started. He just beat the hell out of Tozawa. He just kicked his ass and then walked away. Cool. A feud builder. A feud bender. Hashtag feud bender. A feud builder. I like it. I like the fact that we're at least trying to build something in this cruiserweight division, and that's something I appreciate. I appreciate that when we have a division, we're actually trying to build stories. We're actually trying to build tension between the wrestlers. It's not just people going out and wrestling. They're actual characters. There's actual things happening with them. I kind of wish, and this is just something, a nitpick that I wish they would do more. I feel like a lot of times with Raw, we keep everything inside the arena. You know, I miss the segments, or back in the day, I miss those segments that went outside the arena. I think about stuff like Austin and Rikishi brawling, or Austin and Booker T having their little SmackDown moment in 2002 when Austin chased Booker T out of the arena and kicked his ass at the marketplace. That was nice. I miss those segments where, you know, this one's kind of hokey, but it's still something. Vince McMahon went to a church and then he started McMahonism, that stuff. Like, I miss those segments that, you know, test the waters outside the arena. And I appreciate what they did with Enzo and Lana because of its uniqueness to go outside the arena. The execution of it and what it led to, not so well. But that stuff I appreciate more when they go outside the arena. I kind of feel like when you have everything inside the arena, it doesn't expand the world all that much. The characters don't go outside of what happens inside the ring. Let's just really expand upon them and open the world to them, if that makes sense. So I want to see more segments with the Cruiserweights and other people on Raw where they go outside the ring, outside the arena. Speaking of Cruiserweights, let's talk about the Neville and Jack Gallagher contract signing segment, which, believe it or not, I thought was pretty good. After both men signed the contracts very quickly. I actually like how Neville went into the ring, signed it, and then went to walk away, but then Jack Gallagher stopped him. But after they signed the contracts, we have Jack Gallagher offering to share some biscuits, cookies, and tea with Neville. Come have some tea with me, sir. And Neville basically told him, you are a caricature, there he goes, caricature of a British gentleman, and he's a cartoon that people laugh at. People don't take him seriously. With his umbrella and his Mary Poppins and the cheerio, you know, that stuff. And while Neville, while Neville is also British, he believes that he's the real image. He's ugly, kind of rough around the edges, but he's a man. He's a man's man. He's a man, such a man. Sorry, I had to. Come on. Rico's from Britain as well. He's also British. Just saying. Blackpool, England, just saying. But anyways, he says that Gallagher is exactly what the universe wants him to be. The universe, as in the company. And why can't he just say the company? Look, I get that in this age to insult the company will make you a babyface. But just let it be what it is. Neville is mad at the WWE. He's mad at the promotion, at the company for not giving him opportunities, and now he's taking it, and he's a nasty, vicious person, and he hates the world for it. Don't blame Americans. Don't blame the universe. Like, well, that's stupid. Just straight up, just say the company is screwing me over. It doesn't make any sense. That's just one thing about his character. That's just like, you're trying to push this. It's not working. But whatever. Gallagher stands up for himself. He basically says that he's not playing a role. He is being himself. He is a gentleman, and he can't stand Neville because he believes he's better than everyone and needs to be knocked down a peg or two. They end up brawling after Neville threatens him, and then Neville runs away after Gallagher gets the upper hand. Very well done segment. It established both characters. I feel like, for the most part, yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. These are the two strongest performers in the Cruiserweight division so far. Tozawa's catching up very fast. Brian Kendrick, love him too, but I would put Gallagher and Neville over him. So let's see where this goes. Apparently this is happening at Fastlane in 2 weeks. So let's see how well that happens. Let's see how well that goes. Oh, God, I got to talk about this next. So the worst segment, the worst things that happened on this show is everything involving the club and Roman Reigns. I don't know if this is WWE sticking it to us smart wrestling fans or the indie nerds or whatever you want to call us, but I really don't like how the club is being booked. Now, I get that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows don't care. At this point, they're just here to make money. They even said that in an interview or on Twitter or whatever platform on social media. But they basically came out and said, look, guys, we don't care. We really don't care. I don't care about how WWE books me. I am a legend. I am a superstar in Japan, and I can go back anytime. All right. So my thing is, if you don't care, I don't care. Seriously, like, I'm not going to complain about it. I even said on Twitter. I said on Twitter, if Roman Reigns beats the club, I'm not going to complain. All I ask is if that happens, let them lose the championships at Fastlane. Now, Roman Reigns didn't necessarily beat the club because the club apparently won by DQ after Roman Reigns used a steel chair on them. But just like last week, Roman Reigns came out on top, smelling like roses after the tag team champions. These are your tag team champions look weak against Roman Reigns. Like, Jesus Christ. Look, I'm not even saying, no, I am saying this. Like, what other top guy completely embarrassed their champions? I mean, let's just look at this. I talk about people like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, back then, who were tag team champions back then? Was it Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Billy Gunn? Yeah, DX. You had other people that's tag team champions back then. And I don't think there was ever a time where Austin went out and just completely embarrassed them. Now, Austin has been known to stunner everybody inside the ring and basically wipe out the entire roster like the Big Show. So I'm not saying it hasn't been done before, but with Roman Reigns, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm just like, I don't like this guy. Like, and the way it's being booked, first off, 2 weeks in a row, that's a bit much. It's bad enough that it's your tag team champions that's being fed to him. So I don't care. I don't care. I mean, example. I remember one time on SmackDown, it was the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon versus The Rock, who were, I think, tag team champions at the time. Probably, yeah, they were tag team champions. It was in 2000. And The Rock took them on 2-on-1 in a handicap match, tables match. The Rock lost. It's okay to lose. You don't have to. I'm moving on. Let's just say that this segment was not good. Probably the worst thing on the show. And hopefully you guys can agree with me. Jesus. Moving on. What is next? Oh, yeah. Nia Jax squashed some no-name talent. Sarah Pierce? Is that her name? Sarah Pierce? I don't know who she is. Never seen her before. She wants a shot at the Women's Championship. That's about it. I mean, apparently she's going to get it at WrestleMania, so she doesn't have to wait too long, but I don't know. It's whatever. I didn't really care about it. I did care about this, though. I think this was a very strong segment, a very good showcasing from the women in WWE. Bayley came out, and apparently she was called out by Charlotte to relinquish her championship after she got a tainted victory. And Bayley comes out in her home state, California, gets a "You deserve it" chant. And yes, she does deserve it because Bayley is awesome. Despite poems. God dang it. Poems. God dang it. Why can't I say that word? Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. I can't talk today. You know, it's just the way she's been booked on Raw. Take it or leave it. It's okay, but I'm still happy for her as a performer. I'm happy that she's getting this opportunity to be a champion, and we'll see where it goes. But she talks about how since she was a kid, she dreamed to be a champion. She couldn't describe her championship win over Charlotte. It's just that it was awesome. And then she tells her that I did it. She tells her dad she did it. And she almost was brought to tears. I like how Bayley's just being herself. I think this is someone that really you shouldn't script. Give her bullet points, let her go out there and just let her talk. I don't like it when you have to script everything. This is someone that is genuine. And to maintain that genuine feel with Bayley, let her go out there, let her talk. Here are your bullet points. Don't script her anything. It will not work. When Bayley does scripted promos, it fails. When Bayley is talking from the heart and being herself, she's good because it feels genuine. And this promo felt genuine. But after she basically came out and told Charlotte, hell nah, I ain't giving up this belt, Stephanie McMahon comes out. And I went, oh God. The reason why I went, oh God, is because Stephanie has a tendency to really embarrass talent. And I'm not talking about in a heelish fashion when I'm talking, you know, she makes them look bad because they want to see her, you know, make them look so badly that they want to make her, they want to, Alex, man, find your words. Find them. Find your words. There it is. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So Stephanie basically has a tendency to embarrass the talent to a point where they don't look strong it's not to the point where I want to see her get her come up. It's to the point where they come out looking like, I didn't look very good against Stephanie. Make them look like dweebs. And Stephanie comes out tonight, and I felt like she didn't do that. She didn't do that with Bayley. Actually, I thought she did it. She did exactly what I thought Stephanie should be doing all the time, making us root for the babyface. Because she goes out there and she tells Bayley that, hey, yeah, you won your championship, but you know what? It was a tainted victory. How does it feel to know that you only won that belt because Sasha Banks helped you? And it was like, wow. And she said, it's a tainted victory. How does your dad feel knowing that you won your first championship on Raw because Sasha Banks helped? Don't you want to be a champion that wins it fairly, with no interference, with no help? And knowing who you are, Bayley, why would you even want to have that belt now? I know who you are. The right thing for Bayley is to give that belt up. And she delivered it so much better than I did. But it really got me. It really got me to the point where I'm like, I hope Bayley punches, slaps, or does something to Stephanie, because she's really ticking me off. But the thing is, she had a point, because it did play into Bayley's character. Like, she's the kind of person that doesn't want to win championships that way. And I love when she took out the belt and was going to hand it to Stephanie. The crowd was just like, no, don't do it, Bayley. Don't do it. But then Sasha came out and basically told her, look, Stephanie's words are garbage. Listen to the audience. Listen to all these adults, these kids, these people who are influenced by you. Don't. And so when she said that, I'm thinking, yeah, that would keep the belt after that as well. But not just because after that. You know, Bayley actually said it. She told Stephanie, hell no. She said, look, I beat Charlotte 3 times on Raw. And Sasha just basically came out to even the odds when Dana Brooke interfered. So don't talk to me about it being a tainted victory, because basically everything was fair and square from my point of view. And she has a point, because Bayley has beaten Charlotte 3-1. I think it might be 4-1. Well, it's 3-1 in singles matches. But yeah, she's beaten Charlotte 3 times. So hey, just saying, it's really no excuse, really none at all. And then Charlotte comes out, says that, you know what, I'm cashing in my rematch and I'm taking back my championship at Fastlane. Yep, and believe it or not, it is going to happen. You know it has to happen. It's Charlotte, the queen of pay-per-view. Come on now, the queen of pay-per-view. Just saying. They have a rematch between Sasha and Charlotte, because Sasha challenged Charlotte afterwards. Sasha Banks defeats Charlotte after Dana Brooke tried to interfere again, and then Bayley stops her, and then Charlotte ends up tapping out to the bank statement. Maybe Charlotte should just stop having matches on Raw. You know, maybe she should just have a pay-per-view schedule like Brock Lesnar. Get her $1 million contract. I mean, she can work it. Why not? It's Ric Flair's daughter. It's Ric Flair's daughter. Come on now. Why not work that? Why not have Charlotte be the queen of pay-per-views and only wrestle on pay-per-views? Because at this point in time, the only way you're going to beat Charlotte is if you wrestle her on Raw. So it is what it is. Maybe you should just have matches at pay-per-views. Just saying. But yeah, Sasha beats Charlotte again. And we go on to the women's match at the pay-per-view. Now, following this is the last hour. Like I said, that last hour was amazing. It was strong, very good. The first hour was very weak. It was kind of meh, taking a miss. I mean, I like what they did with Kevin Owens. I did like that opening segment, but the stuff with Enzo Amore and Cass and tag team with Roman Reigns 2-on-1 handicap was dumb. Everything else after that was pretty solid. I don't hate this show. It just really, again, emphasizes the point I've been trying to make. If you make it 2 hours, it'll be great, but I'm beating a dead horse at this point. We go on to Samoa Joe. Because what happened here is that Samoa Joe came out before Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match, because Mick Foley put Kevin Owens in a match against Sami Zayn. And Samoa Joe came out before. He's not Roman Reigns, excuse me. He came out before their match and attacked Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn once again decided to say Samoa Joe, you know, is hand-fed his place on the roster because he's buddies with Triple H. And Samoa Joe said, okay, you want to talk mess? You want to talk a big game? Beat his ass. And he beat him down badly. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Sami Zayn is used to this. He'll probably make a comeback. He'll probably make some kind of comeback now. You know, Samoa Joe throws him in the ring. Sami Zayn gets walloped and squashed by Kevin Owens quickly. But I liked it. I like Samoa Joe, man. The way they're booking him, he feels like a monster. He feels like a destroyer. Matter of fact, I think next week give him a match. Let him go out there and destroy somebody. I like it. You know, I like seeing Samoa Joe hurt people. It's cool. There's something about Samoa Joe that just seems so badass, besides his demeanor, besides his look, besides how he carries himself, besides his promo skills, and besides the fact that he can wrestle. But Samoa Joe, to me, is exactly the kind of person I would pay money to see every week in a pay-per-view match against a Brock Lesnar or a Stone Cold Steve Austin or a Rock, or I'm thinking big names. You know, he could hang with those guys. Regardless, he's doing good work now, so let's see what happens with him going forward. A couple of other things before we get to the main event, which is what you guys want me to talk about. I like what they did with Stephanie and Mick Foley on the show. Mick Foley basically tells Stephanie, you know what? I enjoyed seeing you get embarrassed out there tonight. And he's done taking her crap. He says, I am done listening to you. He tells her to treat him with respect, and you will treat me with respect. Because every time I listen to you, things go wrong. Seth Rollins got hurt, and he's going to miss his only WrestleMania. This is second WrestleMania. It's the second WrestleMania that he's going to miss. Now, he is going to be on Raw next week, so check that out. He might still be able to come back. Now, next week, we actually do get some answers. We will actually get real answers from Seth Rollins. If he does end up coming back for WrestleMania, good booking all around. But he talks about how Rollins is going to miss his next WrestleMania. He talks about, you know, what happened with Sami Zayn. He talks about people getting hurt, and he just blames Stephanie. And he even mentioned Bayley too. So he said, you know what, I'm done listening to you. You know, you hired me to do this job, so I'm going to do this job. I'm going to do what's right for Raw. And then Stephanie basically told him in his own words, all right, Foley, watch your back. Watch your back. Uh-oh. Looks like Foley's time is just about up. I think he has about 3 minutes. Wait a minute. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? Okay. If you know where that's from, if you've been watching Raw as long as I have, and you caught that, if you caught that reference, we can be friends. We can be friends. I'm going to see who caught that reference. Those of you looking at me like I'm crazy, that's okay because you don't know what I'm talking about. But someone caught that reference. Someone did. Moving on to Brock Lesnar and his interview with Michael Cole. Or basically, Brock Lesnar staring at a camera and Paul Heyman talking behind him. Brock Lesnar has the greatest job in the world. Brock Lesnar, I'm telling you, man, I wish, I don't just wish, I bet every wrestler wishes they were Brock Lesnar. You can have Paul Heyman go out there and basically sell you like you're $1 million and just do nothing but stare at the camera all day and do this and look intimidating. Man, he has the greatest job in the world. Greatest job in the world. But basically, after writing Cole off, Heyman tells the world that they disagree with Kevin Owens beating Goldberg at Fastlane because Brock Lesnar wants to fight Goldberg for the championship. Simple as that. He wants to fight Goldberg for the championship at WrestleMania to add more to his motivation and make him want to beat Goldberg even more at WrestleMania. Not only because he's embarrassed him multiple times, 90 seconds, but, you know, it's just one of those things where he's conquered everything but Goldberg. He's conquered everything but this guy. And he wants to put that to rest. So there you go. And it makes the championship look a lot more legit, too, when Brock Lesnar basically says, look, I want that belt, too. So, yeah, you go ahead and beat Kevin Owens. I hope you beat him because I want to beat you and get that belt. So, yeah, good stuff. I also heard rumored, but I also heard that WWE is making a new design for that belt. They're going to make a new Universal Championship. To which I say, good. Because crap, man, that red belt looks like it looks like a woman's period. I'm sorry. It looks like a woman's period and it looks like crap. Just saying. Is this the last match? Yeah. Let's talk about this match. And I got to ask you guys, how did you feel about Braun Strowman versus Big Show? Overall, be honest with me. How did you feel about that main event? Because I'm going to be real with you. When I first saw it, I went, you know, this could actually be good, but I'm a little worried about big man matches. I'm not the biggest fan of big man matches. You know, once in a while, I'll be surprised, but, you know, Big Show and Lesnar, you know, they had a couple of good matches the night they broke the SmackDown ring, legendary, and then their stretcher match, but their other matches, forgettable. Mark Henry and Big Show, not the best matches in the world. I'm sorry, it's just, sometimes big man matches aren't the greatest thing in the world. But let me tell you, Strowman versus Big Show, round of applause. Really, really good match. Really good main event. Definitely pay-per-view worthy. And I think a lot of people suspected this would be good. People have been asking for Big Show versus Braun Strowman on pay-per-view for a long time, actually. For the longest time. And I feel like they showed us tonight that, yeah, it should have been on pay-per-view. But I'm not complaining. Thank you so much for giving me this match because it was good. I was shocked at how good it was. It was better than I thought it would be. Think about that. I kind of suspected it could be good, but even with that expectation, it surpassed it. I mean, where do I start? Braun Strowman did a kip up. He kipped up off the ground like a freaking cruiserweight. We saw some chain wrestling between Big Show and Braun Strowman. What? What? It wasn't just power versus power. No, it was actual variety and chain wrestling and clotheslines and dominance and superplexes and flexes and slams and all that jazz. It was, wow, just a really good performance from both men. Big Show in the best shape of his life. I feel like he's probably, yeah, this probably might be, I'm going to say his best match since, when was the last time Big Show had a good match? Oh, it's been a while. Someone in the live chat tell me when was the last time Big Show had a good match, because I don't remember the last time he had a good match or a match this good. How about that? So, man, it's been a while for Big Show. A couple of things. Thank you for not ending on that botched power slam. There was a point in the match where Braun Strowman power slammed the Big Show, but he didn't quite get him up on his shoulders. It was like he was trying to pick him up from the ropes, and I feel like that was supposed to be the finish, but they called an audible and had Big Show kick out and did it again. Good decision. Matter of fact, that was a great way to end the show. A great way to end the match. It made the match better, and it made it feel more realistic. Because you would think someone as heavy as the Big Show would be a struggle to slam. And then Strowman would have to do it again the next time to really just add impact to it. So, realistically, that was the best way to end the match when you think about it. So, thank you for not ending on that first botched power slam. Also, Big Show sold very well for Braun Strowman. Big Show is somebody, in my personal opinion, that shouldn't sell for a lot of people. He shouldn't. Someone like Big Show selling for everybody just really irritates me. That's why I didn't like it back in the day, or even in recent memory, where he was just selling for people. I'm like, dude, you shouldn't sell for anybody. You should sell maybe, okay, maybe like 1 or 2 times a match. Unless it's against maybe like a John Cena who can apparently pick you up and slam you, or Undertaker, or someone your size. But for the most part, if you're a wrestling man, you sell a couple of times and then people beat you, it's because they got lucky. You know? It's because like Rey Mysterio rolled you up when you wasn't paying attention, or someone interfered and helped them. Or that's the kind of stuff I like seeing from Big Show. So when matches like this happen, when he actually does have to sell and make someone look strong, it actually has impact. It actually means something. But it was good to know that Big Show has been gone for a while, so it actually still meant something. So Big Show coming in and out works for him. He should keep that. I think Big Show having a part-time schedule like a Lesnar or a John Cena or whoever else has it That works for him. It makes him feel special. And when they actually have him come in to wrestle some people and have a feud with them, it actually means a lot more when, you know, stuff like Braun Strowman picking him up and slamming him actually happens. So Strowman beats the Big Show in a really good match. And what happens afterwards? Roman Reigns comes out. I need to go on a rant with this because, yes, yeah, shocker. The Lex Man having a rant against Roman Reigns. I hope, I really do hope this is leading to a heel turn Roman Reigns. You cannot tell me, especially if he's going to fight Taker at WrestleMania, you cannot tell me right now to my face that the way you are booking Roman Reigns is making him a babyface. Why would anybody go after, why would you attack someone after a match and call yourself a babyface? After they actually went 15 minutes. He went 15 minutes. Braun Strowman went 15 minutes with the Big Show. And then Roman Reigns came out and attacked him. This isn't like a Samoa Joe or a Stone Cold Steve Austin that come out before the match happens and attacks. That's different because he's still in good shape. He's still, you know, he's still in a spot where he's healthy. He's still, it doesn't feel like a cheap move because he didn't have a match. He's still in full condition. You know, now if you go after him after the match, you're a coward. That's something I would do. Yeah, I'm gonna pick on this guy after he had a fight. If Smojo, not Samoa but Smojo, just a random guy, had a fight with Smojo number 2, and Smojo number 2 wins that fight, and I attack Smojo number 2, and I beat him up. Do I look strong? Do I look like a man? No, I look like a bitch. Oh, you're gonna attack him after you had a fight? Yeah, you're not a man. And that's what I'm saying. Roman Reigns looks like a freaking coward, like a little bitch. But that's okay. You want to know why? Because even after he attacked him after the match, Braun Strowman still kicked his ass. Yes. Suck it, Roman. Suck it. So I hope they're heading for a heel turn at Roman Reigns. I really do, because this is ridiculous. You can't tell me he's a babyface. And honestly, with the way things are looking, I wouldn't. No. Because I'm going to be real with you. I actually thought they were going to have Roman beat Strowman. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. I would actually have Roman Reigns lose to Braun Strowman. Sure, you can have Taker interfere. The Undertaker could interfere and cost him the match. Whatever. Just have Strowman beat him anyways. I would have Strowman beat him and then Taker come after the match. I just talk about how it's a coward. No, I would have Taker interfere or cost Roman Reigns the match and set up the WrestleMania match. That's what I would do, because Braun Strowman is way too good right now. I don't, with the way they're booking him, I don't know what they're gonna do for him at WrestleMania, but don't throw him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal match. He needs a better match than that. Seriously. But we'll see where that goes. But guys, that was a really good match. I just really like how Raw ended. And overall, 2 thumbs up for Monday Night Raw. So now, let's go to the live chat. Ladies and gentlemen, how did you feel about Raw? Give me your grades. And I actually will go back and read some of your comments too. Let me go back and read some comments here. And I do this after every show. Those of you who are new watching me. After every show, I go to the comments, the live chat, and I read what people have been saying. So here we go. Let's see here. Hashtag King of Strong smile. Not quite sure that's referring to. Charlotte is a lady boy. Yeah. Hey, Charlotte got the muscles, but you gonna screw with her? I ain't gonna tell her that. You know, once in a while, though, Charlotte can look. I'm saying she puts on that right dress. I get what it shoot. AJ Styles is the low-key redneck, inbred Christian white trash, but low-key can wrestle, but doesn't tell anybody about it. Okay, this is a weird conversation I'm seeing right now. I have some weird wrestling fans, but I love y'all anyways. Let's see here. Oh, I got a question. Hey, Alex, man, how do you feel about Apollo Crews and Shelton Benjamin being a tag team? I say give it a shot. They might actually make that work. Let's see here. Okay, someone is telling me basically that they would give the show a B minus. Let's see here. Tell you what, there's a lot of craziness happening in this chat, so maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't rate it. Oh, but those of you who caught my reference, yeah, 3-minute warning. You guys caught the reference. Thank you. I'm so happy to know that you guys caught my reference. 3-minute warning. You guys are awesome for that. But yeah, there's just a lot of horny wrestling fans talking about what they would do to the women. But yeah, let's get your grades, guys. Let's get your grades. B minus, B minus, D, C, C plus, C plus, C, C, B plus, B, C, C. A lot of C's. Not a lot of people are talking about. Yeah, not a lot of people are talking about this. So C. All right, good stuff. So before I do end, I do need to talk about one more thing. Well, actually, a couple of things, because a lot of things happen in the world of wrestling as of lately. So we had a couple of deaths, namely George the Animal Steel, Ivan Koloff, and Chavo Classic. I believe he was the uncle or the brother, excuse me, the brother of Eddie, right? Yeah, Eddie. You know, those are some big names. George the Animal Steel is a legend. That actually is one of my dad's favorite wrestlers, George the Animal Steel. I'm talking about the Bruno Sammartinos and the Hulk Hogans and the Iron Sheiks and the George the Animal Steels, the Power Orndorffs, the Ultimate Warriors, all those people that you know. My dad was around during that time, and he loved watching wrestling when those guys were around. And when you think about that era, you can't think about that era without a George the Animal Steel. Without question. It's sad that he passed away. I heard he was a teacher. He used to be a teacher, which is crazy. Ivan Koloff. Those of you who don't know who that is, he is the guy that defeated, speaking of Bruno Sammartino, he is the one that ended Bruno Sammartino's 8-year run. His 8-year run was ended by Ivan Koloff. And when he beat Sammartino, that arena was silent. People were in shock. It was a funeral. It was like someone died. It was that quiet. It was crazy. So yeah, definitely a huge name in the business. Rest in peace. Chavo Classic, Guerrero family. You can't go wrong with that. You really can't. And Nicole Bass. I really can't say much about Nicole Bass. I know she was around during the Attitude Era. I know her more for what she did with the Big Valvoski, Val Venus, during their time. I remember that stuff. But other than that, I just know she was the manager of Sable. I don't know much else about Nicole Bass. But yeah, that sucked. And I gotta talk about this because I can't believe I didn't open up with this. What is wrong with me? I'm sorry, guys. Diamond Dallas Page is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Diamond Dallas Page, bang, is being inducted. I do like that. I do like that Diamond Dallas Page is going in. Much deserved. One of the only few stars created in WCW. You know, one of the only few men who actually, in my personal opinion, other than the NWO, but you know, in a company that was all about the NWO, the Scott Halls, the Hulk Hogans, the Roddy Pipers, the Ric Flairs, the Kevin Nashes, the people that were already established before WCW was a big thing. It was nice to see people like Goldberg and Diamond Dallas Page and Booker T and others that just made a name for themselves and weren't those guys. Chris Jericho also was somebody that made a name for himself. He did become like a big guy until he came to WWE. But yeah, Diamond Dallas Page was somebody that got over, despite the fact, you know, he was in the NWO. I thought that was really cool. Very underrated. Don't like his run in WWF when he came in. It was very weak because, you know, he was a WCW guy. But it doesn't matter. He's still one of the best in the business. He's more known for his DDP yoga, saving the lives of people like Scott Hall and Jake the Snake Roberts. Most notably, Jake the Snake Roberts. But you also have people like Chris Jericho and Mick Foley and others who use his DDP yoga. And man, let me tell you, I think he has done something that no other wrestler or someone in the wrestling business has done in a long time. You know, I think he is literally saving lives. Think about that. We know people like Hogan and Bret Hart and, you know, all these other legends. DDP is somebody that is actually saving lives. For that alone, he definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm happy for DDP. Feel the bang! Oh, and last but not least, apparently the New Day. The New Day, who I didn't even talk about because New Day had some random match against who did they have their match against? Was it Rusev and Jinder Mahal? And then they're trying to sell this ice cream stuff. That was during the first hour. That's why I don't. Again, the first hour was not that good. So that was during that part of that show where I was just like, you know, apparently the New Day is going to host WrestleMania. They're hosting WrestleMania. And to me, I think that's a good idea. I think the personalities and the way they carry themselves and the spontaneity of their personalities and how they work the segments. Yeah, I think that would be perfect. It would be great for WrestleMania. And I envision the New Day interacting with Edge and Christian again, interacting with The Rock, interacting with Austin, interacting with some legends, really just interacting with a lot of people like Trish Stratus and Lita and just legends. And just really just having a good old time, having fun, and just making WrestleMania a fun show. Because let me tell you something, if WrestleMania is going to be 6 hours, we need the New Day to host the show. We need something to keep us alive. Because damn it, that show was long. So New Day, you're hosting WrestleMania. I hope you do a good job. Here's hoping you do a good job. Now, some people are asking me, do I think they're going to break up at WrestleMania? They could. That would be the perfect time to do it. I don't know who will turn heel, but I'm just saying that would be great. That would be a great heel turn. You know, they're celebrating. They're doing a great time. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us at WrestleMania. And for the last time, WrestleMania is great because... And then Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston turn on Big E. Right there. And I'm just like... I'm seeing it in my head. Oh, man, that would be great. I'm just saying. It would be great if it happened at WrestleMania, but I'm not going to suspect it. I'm not going to expect it. Okay? I'm just going to go in. Hopefully they'll have a good showcase of being hosts, but we'll see how that works out. But I think that's everything. Did I catch everything? Let me go to live chat. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. So thank you guys for tuning into my live broadcast. As always, this is your boy, the Lex Man. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, check out everything down below in the description box. I will be back up here for my live SmackDown review tomorrow. So be there. And whatever video comes out this week is whatever comes out. Please check out my I Am a Smart Wrestling Fan video. Thank you to those who have watched it, who have given me great feedback. I've read your comments. I really think anytime I get a chance to spark discussion and really make fans think, it's always great. But thank you guys for tuning in to me. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for being great audience. So let me go ahead and get out of here. This is your boy, the Lex Man, signing off. You guys take it easy. I'm out. Peace.